All right, guys. All right, guys. So that's what I'm taking on a date.
Because you're not taking me on a date. Put some lip gloss on your lips.
And why is that?
Because you're not my type, babe.
What's your type?
Not you.
Explain to the viewers. What's your type?
You know, well, my type is very Christian. It's very godly. It's very in and out church.
Christian, godly.
Yes, absolutely.
So you want a Christian man?
Absolutely.
You think you look Christian right now?
It doesn't matter about what I look like. It's about what I want, and my man's gonna lead.
Well, the guy's want to look what he sees.
Yeah.
You think a guy sees
So it's
holy?
about his approach. He's gonna lead me, and I'm gonna follow. And we're gonna make our way to Christ. Okay? He's also not gonna be judgmental. He's also not gonna be ready to point out what's not there, right? I'm looking you in your eyes because you looked at me and you're ready to judge. So I'm telling you the same thing. Okay?
So you're a man of God. You're a holy.
I'm just telling you what I want. You asked me what I want. That's the question of today.
And I want to hear from you. Are
That's
you holy?
That's the question. I'm on my way to being holy.
And out of nowhere, she just comes over and just smacks the camera out of our freaking hand. The girl that we just interviewed. For some reason, I don't know what. I guess she got triggered.
All right, guys. That's the girl who punched the camera out. Got it, Marco? That's the girl who punched our camera out.
See, gentlemen, let's just call a spade a spade. Most women, if not all women at this point, know that Christian men, especially, are some of the biggest gumps, the biggest simps to date. Why do you think that she just did a whole 360, right? Right? She dang near, clapping them cheeks out there on camera in public, right? And then in the same sentence, in the same breath of air, right? In the same scene, saying that, oh, I want a Christian man. I want a Christian man. I want a sanctified man, right? I want a man that's in a church, right? I want a man with some, good morals, good character, so on and so forth, right? And look what she is doing out here in these streets. Look at what she's doing out here in these streets. This is what I talk about. This is what I'm talking about. Listen, the majority of women. This is, first and foremost. This is why the church. This is why the church is going to hell in a handbasket. This is why, right? The church for the past 20, 30 years has gone to the shitter. And why? Well, they've been communicating gump messages. They've been communicating simp messages, right? They've been telling women the same thing that the world is telling women, right? Oh, it's okay to be, single. It's okay to be, without a man. It's okay to be, to have 3 or 4 kids, without a husband, right? It's okay to have children, outside of wedlock and all of this stuff, right? It's okay, you're going to be okay, God forgives. What happened to, shaming women, right? What happened towards that? What happened to that? Right? What happened to telling people and women the truth? But now you have women in mass who are in churches. They understand and they know that all they got to do is listen, she can take those booty shorts off, throw on a nice little conservative dress, right? I've already told you guys this already. Listen, nobody is safe, right? All women, most women out here, 99% of women out here, they're pretending, they're faking and flogging, right? We talked about this on the last live stream. I told y'all there are specific women, right? There's specific women as long as they're not severely damaged, right? Even even many of them still get severely damaged. As long as they're not severely damaged, right? They can, go from party animal in college, and I've seen this firsthand. They can go from party animal, right? Smashing the football team, smashing the frat bros, right? Smashing everybody at the party, right? They can go from the life of the party chick, right, to this whole, oh, I'm conservative now. God forgives. Only God can judge me, right? Listen, by the time they hit 25, 28, They understand that the time is ticking, the clock is ticking, and guess where they go? Guess where they go? They know. Listen, women today know, and even this method is failing now because a lot of men are opting out of the church. Not saying that a lot of men are, not believing in God. There's men still believe, in God, but a lot of men are opting out of church for these reasons alone. They're recognizing and understanding that a lot of these women now, a lot of these women, once they get done with the streets, they go to the church, right? They go from streets to church, right? And why do they feel like they can go from streets to church? Well, because a lot of you Christian men, a lot of you Christian gumps, a lot of you Christian simps, y'all are some of the first ones to accept all of their flaws and all of their, mishaps, all of their damage, right? All of their bodies, all of their children, right? Y'all are some of the first ones to accept him for who they are. Yep. You Christian simps, you Christian gumps, right? You Christian men, you broke back mountain Christian men. Yep, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you, broke back mountain Christian guys, right? Y'all accept those 3 kids by 3 different baby daddies. Yep, I'm talking to y'all, right? I'm talking to you. Oh, she's, it's okay. It's okay. She made some mistakes in life. She made some mistakes in life. It's okay, right? I can fix her. I can fix her, coach. I can fix her, coach. I'm talking to you, right? I'm talking to you. And it's so many men, even outside of the church, even outside of Christianity, it's just so many men out here. They wanna fix a bitch, right? They want to fix a hoe. But meanwhile, us men, we have to go through everything we have to go through, right? We have to be on our best behavior, right? We have to come through with the whole package, right? They don't want a messed up product. They don't want an unfinished product, right? They don't want to build a bear, right? They don't want a broke man who has nothing going on for himself, right? They don't want that kind of man. They want a finished product or at least halfway there, right? To where they can see the end zone. So we gotta come with the come on. But on the flip side, they're having all kinds of babies outside of wedlock, right? Got 1 or 2 baby daddies. Damn it, she was a stripper, she was a bartender, right? She had a bad breakup in college with some kind of, gang member, right? Some kind of biker boy, right? They then had all kind of mishaps and all kind of abortions and STDs and all kinds of shit, right? But we supposed to accept all that damage, all of that craziness, right? As soon as they get into church, as soon as they get it, listen, God forgives. I don't, baby. Listen, listen, God can forgive all of that. That doesn't mean that I have to accept it, right? That doesn't mean I accept your sins. That doesn't mean, listen, listen, yep, I'm judging. Yep, I'm judging. I'm not perfect. Listen, I'm a flawed being. Yep. God said it himself. I'm a flawed being, baby. Listen, God is the one that's supposed to forgive your sins, not me. I'm not accepting your sins. Go and push that off to another gun. But I see it all the time. I see it all the time. Listen, the church is filled. Listen, if you 9 times out of 10, 9 times out of 10, I guarantee you, right? I guarantee you, 9 times out of 10, if a chick is in a church in 2025, she's already been through something. Right. I'm not even picking on chicks who, want to get their life together. That's what the church is for, right? That's what the church is for. Listen, I'm not, listen, it is what it is. That's what the church is for. The church is, for the sinners, right? The church is for the sinners. However, baby, I don't have to do that. Listen, I don't have, see, when you're a man and you have options, right? When you have the option to date a woman who stayed disciplined, right? Who stayed consistent, who came from a good family, right? Who came from a family with 2 parents in the household, right? Who didn't go through all the trauma and all of this. Wow. See, the thing is we're normalizing trauma. right? We have so many women out here, right? They want to go through their whole phase, right? When they get off to college, they wanna do everything, try every liquor, sniff all the Coca-Cola, right? Try all the pills, right? Fuck this guy, fuck the frat guy, fuck the big black Tyrone on the football team, right? They want to do all of this stuff, right? They want to do all of this stuff, but then they want to turn around and be like, "Oh, I made a mistake. I made a mistake." Okay, let me listen. This is well documented, right? They teach this stuff in families, right? And to be honest with you, there's some chicks who come from good families who still go through this, right? They still go through all of this trauma. They still have all of this baggage. They still go through this, right? But it's known. It is very well known, right? That a lot of these, moms, right? They know what their daughters be doing, right? They've been to the clinic, in and out of those clinics when she was 14, 15, 16 years old. They know what she's been through, right? So what do they tell them? They say, listen, we understand that you've been through this, that, and the third, right? We understand that you've had the abortion by Big Black Tyrone, right? Or Sexy Chad, right? We understand that you've been through, but listen, we found a nice guy for you. We found a nice boy for you. He's in the church. We know his parents, right? We know his parents. He has a good job in finance, right? Listen, I'm telling you. Listen, y'all think this is all fun and games. I'm telling you. He has a nice job in finance, right? He just moved up in management, right? He's in the church every Sunday. Yeah, you gumps, right? Not knowing that she been guzzling seed since the age of 14. This is what's going on out here. This is what's going on out here. And honestly, the families are failing too. The families are failing. The quote unquote Christian families, they're failing too, right? So it really don't even matter if she does come from a good household nowadays, right? It doesn't matter. They're making all the same mistakes as a chick who come from a single mother household. Making all the same mistakes. If anything, they're partying together. They're wearing the same exact clothes. They're wearing the same exact clothes, right? They're borderline naked out here. And y'all know it's getting hot. It's spring break too, right? It's spring break too. Let's see how many of them thotty little 304s come from they got mom and dad in the household. Yep. They got mom and dad at the household. They down there getting buck wild at spring break. Yep, that's what's going on. But just like that chick right there in the video, just like that chick right there, guess what she's gonna do? She's gonna put on that conservative makeup, right? Throw on some decent clothing, right? Y'all know how they dressed up, right? She's gonna retire the booty shorts, the thong and the booty shorts, right? She's gonna retire the scantily clad clothes, right? And then she's gonna marry you. Yep, she's gonna marry you, old Gump. Yep, she's gonna marry you, and guess what? She's gonna find your goody two shoe ass in a church, right? She's gonna put on her fake feminine voice. Hi, hi, how are you? Yes, my name is Brittany. She's gonna put on her fake feminine voice for your ass, right? And the rest is history. Then by the time she gets two kids out of you, right? Your ass is look at the divorce rates. Should I say any more? Should I go any further? If it mattered, right? If it actually mattered, why the divorce rates in America still look the way that they do? If anything, they gotten worse. Actually, it's probably much worse than what's shown in data because baby boomers are still married, right? Listen, once baby boomers and Gen X die, it is over, right? The majority of millennials, half, if not 60% of millennials are already divorced, right? And millennials are anywhere between, 30s all the way to maybe mid 40s, I think, early 40s, right? And Gen Z just ain't married at all. Gen Z just not married at all, right? And that outlook is very, very disturbing, extremely disturbing, right? They're not getting married at all. So once baby boomers die off, once Gen X die off, we're really gonna see more like a 80%, right? And it's already been predicted. It's already been predicted. What they say is around 60%, 60 to 70% of women in America will be single and childless by 2030. That's in the next 5 years. That's in the next 5 years, right? And men are waking up to the bullcrap. They understand that, okay, I want to be, listen, a lot of men want to be good men, quote unquote. They want to be good men, right? So that's why men they've gone to the church, right? The church, the church has long been the place where you find, that holy, sanctified woman, the one that the family would damn stone if she would dare embarrass the family name. But families aren't strict anymore. Families aren't strict anymore. There's no discipline, right? There's no discipline in families anymore, right? So these chicks are out here, and then it's not always the family's fault. Let me throw that out there. It's not always the family's fault. When you live in such a destructive, cold, social media oriented, whorish, Babylonian culture, right? It's hard for children not to be influenced by what's going on, right? Especially if they go to the public indoctrination camps. If you put them in the public indoctrination camps, you might as well go ahead and count your days, right? And it doesn't matter if it's a Christian school. It doesn't matter if it's, I mean, the chances are low if you're probably in a Christian school, but we already know what goes on in the Christian schools, right? We know what goes on in those Christian schools. Sometimes they the worst. Right, so it don't matter. Like if you take them to the public indoctrination camps, they're bound to get influenced by friends. Right, they see the social media. They're bound to get influenced by the social media. They see all these girls on social media dressing all provocative. So guess what they want to do? Right, they look at that. Oh, she's getting all the attention. She's getting all the likes, right? All the guys are in her DMs, all the guys are in her comments. So guess what she wants to do? Okay, I want to dress naked just like that girl who's getting all the attention, right? So we stay in a backwards ass society where the whores, right? The whores, the degenerates are the ones who are getting all the attention. So until we have some kind of reverse in society, which y'all already know my stance on that, I already say it's over, it's done, it's finished, right? It's finished. I just say if, you never know. I don't know, right? Maybe the next 100 years, but we have to reach a point in society where we just already inhale in a handbasket, and then you have to turn around and you have no choice but to reverse. But at this point, we've reached a point of no return, right? And listen, man, I don't know what to tell y'all. Listen, I know some guys. Listen, there's some older guys who still preach, man, just go in the church and find you a good woman. Just go in the church and find you a good woman. Yep, they all in the church, man. The church is filled up with retired whores, bro. The church is filled up with retired whores, right? The science is already there. The more bodies a woman has, the more trauma a woman has, the likelihood of divorce is, extremely high. Right? Listen, God forgives. Listen, but the trauma is still there. Right? The history is still there. The abuse is still there. Remember, I showed y'all the video on the live stream. Remember the girl who was talking about she couldn't forget about the guy who was pistol whipping her and abusing her. Even when she got into a relationship with a quote unquote good guy, she was still thinking about the guy who was abusing her. You can't make this shit up, right? You can't make this shit up. And women have already gone on record saying that the good guys are boring. The good guys are boring. This is why I tell y'all, don't be a good guy. Be a man. Don't be a good man. Be a man. Right? Have your own set of principles. Have your own set of morals, but don't be a good man. Right? Don't be a good man. Be a man. Right? Because that's not just gonna save you, in relationships. That's also gonna save you with just dynamics in general. right? Because other men don't even respect good men, right? Other men don't even respect that. They never have. Never have, right? People nowadays, especially, people respect brutality. I'm sorry. Listen, I'm speaking to you from what's going on out here. People respect brutality, right? People respect, hardcore, cold-hearted motherfuckers out here, right? Those are the ones who are getting rewarded. Cold heart. I'm not telling you to betray your morals. I'm not telling you to betray your principles or anything like that. What I am telling you is what it is. It is what it is, right? Women they'll use the good men, right? After they done been ran through, after they done been at the party, got trains ran on them, right? They done did a 360 for the camera, popping ass, popping pussy, and all this type stuff. Yeah, after they get done, then they go to the church to find your gump Christian ass. That's what they do. That's what they do. And that's why I've long left the church. I don't trust the church anymore. Most churches don't tell it how it is. What happened to hell and brimstone? What happened to that shit? Right? But the church has become a part of the world. The church don't preach what they're supposed to be preaching, right? They don't get people in line how they're supposed to be getting them in line. They're more focused on accepting those donations, passing the plate around, and guess who's paying? Right? Who's the number one consumer in the world, basically? Women. Women are the number one consumer. So guess who's giving, most of the money in the churches, right? Guess who? And it doesn't matter across all cultural backgrounds. Listen, I'm telling you, I've seen it, right? Listen, I don't care if you're talking about black women. I don't care if you're talking about blonde hair, blue eyes. I don't care. I don't care who you're talking about. They're all faking and flogging. Listen, the black woman just wear it more on their shoulders, right? Black women just wear the independence on their shoulders, right? Like I told you on the live stream, white women can clean up easily, easily, right? They're wear them booty shorts and the scantily clad clothes at Alabama State, right? University of Alabama, University of Mississippi, right? Oklahoma State, right? University of Miami, right? University of Georgia, Georgia State, whatever, what school you want to name, Georgia Southern, right? Texas State University, TSU, right? University of Texas. Listen, bro, I done been on campuses, bro. I done been on campuses, right? I know exactly how it goes down, and I've seen these same girls get married and have 2 kids by Beta Brad. I've seen this shit, bro. Ain't that Sydney? Ain't that Sydney? Dang, didn't it? Dang, we ran a train. We ran a train on Sydney. She married with 2 kids now. Y'all remember the police officer? Y'all remember that police officer? The little Chuck E. Cheese looking ass chick. Y'all remember the police officer, right? The one that the girl who let the whole like 6 guys in the police squad run a train on her, right? She's still married. She's still married, bro. Right? The white girl, the Chuck E. Cheese looking ass bitch, right? She let 6 guys, 6 other police officers, and they've been smashing for a long time, right? She let six police officers, other police officers, her constituents, her co-workers, run a train on her, and then she cried wolf. And not only did she cry wolf and won a lawsuit, she sued the department. She sued the department, got money from the department, and still kept her husband, his old gump Christian ass. Christian men are weak out here, and you can't tell me shit. Christian men are some of the weakest men out here. Some of the weakest. Weak ass men. I'm telling you. Just absolutely weak. And I want somebody prove me wrong. Somebody prove me wrong. And that's an after pill. Make sure you like, comment, share this video, subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.